Hi everybody, this is Saad for the Saad Truth. Yesterday I tweeted the following on my Twitter feed. The postmodernists, the social justice warriors, the gender studies folks, and the rest of the naturally lobotomized are intellectual terrorists. They murder reason, they kill common sense, they slaughter science, they massacre human reason, human dignity, and human decency. Uh, Nothing could be clearer than the content of that tweet. Nothing could be more true. And yet, of course, there were a few folks who were angered and outraged by my use of terrorism to describe these folks because they're unable to understand how one might write vividly to make a point. They do not understand that this doesn't mean that I'm saying that postmodernists are akin to terrorists who fly planes into buildings, but they are intellectual terrorists because they are murdering the truth, they are murdering reason. And in that sense, they're causing havoc to generations of impressionable minds. In any case, let's see if we can get through the next abstract. Some of you might know that once in a while I read abstracts from leading postmodernist journals, to see what they're up to. And here is one that I came across. It was through the @Real Peer Review feed, but it was originally posted by another gentleman. I don't remember his name. I'll put a link to his account in the description of this clip. So this is actually in reference, from what I gather, to childhood education. So it's really quite comforting to know that these postmodernists are now entrusted with the education of your children. I mean, tough to know what could go wrong. So here we go. This is published in the journal called Qualitative Inquiry, published in 2016. The title of the paper is A Wild Multiple Apparatus of Knowing Discussion, Weighting Pentimento Intra-Observation. Now I'm going to read it as I always do verbatim, and you're going to think that this is insane. And it is insane. That's why they are intellectual terrorists. So here we go. This is a heterodidactic neuroscience, not materiality of language discussion. It is an article on intra-observation as research methodology, thus auditory, visual, cultural, syntactic, and paratactical body/mind/brain possibilities of words. Thinking ontology for post-qualitative methodology. Bravo, bravo. This is so nuanced. This is really befitting of Canadian senators, not some knuckle-dragging Neanderthals such as myself. Indirectly, it is about linguistic accountability of the event of in education, the event of in research, thought in the act and or bodily awareness in the moment. Nodal point, weighting, pentimento, performances, ... and Jasmine. I swear I am reading verbatim. I will put the link to this article. So let me read this last sentence again for you. Nodal point, weighting, pentimento performances, ... and Jasmine. It might therefore be about a whole new transdisciplinary and humble body/mind/brain education and research field altogether, or about being a bit wild in the brain and to transfer something across areas of learning. It is a schizo analysis, crafting of knowledge attempt, becoming data wise in action. My goal and hope are to foster self-reflexive think languages and practices in early childhood education and care, ECEC institutions and schools. It is professionalizing method. So we have these brainiac postmodernists who are making increased incursions into the teaching of our very young children, to our high school students, to our undergrads. And so no wonder that the end product of this lofty immersion in postmodernism is what's called a Canadian senator, who is nuanced, who is progressive, who is, quote, liberal, who believes that someone who might be asked to come as an expert in evolutionary behavioral sciences to talk about some of the dangers of Bill C-16 is no different than being a pro-genocide supporter. For those of you who don't know what I'm referencing, you might want to go back and watch my Canadian Senate testimony of last week. So there you have it, folks. This is what postmodernists do. They put together random gibberish and engage in assault on reason. Think about the academics who are waking up every day and are trying in their own small ways to increase our knowledge base, whether it be by studying Shakespeare or whether it be by studying how social networks evolve within an organization, or studying neuroscience or biology or physics or math or chemistry or cognitive studies. And by the way, I don't mean to imply that only folks in the hard sciences or, quote, more quantitative fields should be respected. Not at all, right? I mean, I'm a strong supporter of the humanities. I'm a strong supporter of countless areas within the social sciences, right? I reside in a business school, but you could pursue, endless mysteries that exist out there as long as you adhere to the scientific method, to reason, to logic. But once you say that the way that you define yourself is by rejecting science, by rejecting reason, by putting together random words, and hey, who are you to judge whether these random words make any sense or not? Well, then you are an intellectual terrorist, and you should be called out on it, and you should be defeated in the battle of ideas, because you are polluting the minds of endless generations of students who could have gone on to do much more worthy things with their lives. But because you got access to them at an age when they were impressionable, they fell victim to your authority, to perhaps your verbal fluidity, to perhaps your cult of personality, and you stole their future. So you are an intellectual terrorist. So join me as we battle to bring back reason to our universities, to our political institutions, to our Facebook pages, because we all benefit when reason is what guides us, and we all slowly die when such idiots take over the airways. Have a good week, everybody. Ciao.